Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your reading. So let's go ahead and get started, see what's going on with your person for the month of November, okay? So the first card we have here is find the lesson, discover the purpose in a situation, trust that you are learning. Okay, so I get here that your person's, like a student really trying to understand what is it that they need to learn from what's happened with you in your situation, or just in life in general. I'm getting here that your person, when they met you, they didn't know what their purpose was, they didn't have a clear picture of what they wanted their life to look like just yet. And so, when somebody doesn't know what their life looks like or what their plan is, they don't feel confident to be able to start anything new. You know what I mean? So in order for them to feel confident, that they're doing the right thing, they need to be able to have a grasp on who they are as a person, for one. And then secondly, be able to know what is it that they want out of their life. What is their purpose? What is the next step, right? And this adds up to 11. So they needed to go through an awakening, okay? Because that's what 11s are. And look at this arrow. Surround yourself with protective energy. So I'm getting here that your person may not have been straight with you, right? Like a straight arrow. They might have gone different directions. They didn't have their energy protected from being influenced by other people. As you can see in this card, there's a lot of people, a lot of moving parts going on, and this could be your person like trying to figure out, well, what do I want, So I'm getting here that your person needed to take this time to learn the lessons on their own, so that way they can, decipher and make better decisions of who they surround themselves with, so that they are protecting their energy and their peace, right? That's just what I'm getting here. And then with these two cards together, with hummingbird and power, I'm getting here that your person thought that they could find sweetness somewhere else, right? Like the grass was greener somewhere else. They could have been fixated on somebody else who they thought had more power that they wanted for themselves. I kind of feel bad saying this, but I kind of get here that your person is sort of an opportunist, okay? I just get here that they went ahead and flew somewhere else, they left the nest. And they thought they were going to find sweetness somewhere else, but it was short-lived, you know what I mean? Because they might have been under somebody else's spell for a time. Maybe there's a third party involved, but I get here that your person's starting to appreciate the good that they had with you. And so, I'm getting here that they also are drawn to people that are very independent. But at the same time, it's like they want to be independent as well. So that could be why they could be drawn to people that are very independent, because that's something that they want for themselves, if that makes sense. Okay. And then we have signs, crossroads, divine guidance, that this person was pretty much lost. And we have the word purpose here again. Okay, so that's very similar to this arrow here. And it says here, I want to be able to give you a safe home to live in and provide you with a secure future, but I am not financially able to. So again, this goes back to them not knowing what their purpose in life is, what they want to do for a living, and they're still in the baby steps of figuring out what they want to do. A lot of times, men feel the huge responsibility as men to be stable providers, right? So if your person doesn't feel like they are a stable provider, then they're definitely not going to be able to be that figure for you, and they feel lost, okay? But I get here that they're getting signs from spirit. They're getting divine guidance on what it is that they need to do to be financially independent, financially secure. Okay, then we have dreaming of you and codependent, unhealthy attachment. I'm getting here that your person, when they met you, they felt like you were a dream come true. They probably felt really codependent towards you, very attached to you, and that's not healthy, right? It's an unhealthy attachment. So I'm getting here that they probably felt like this was also too good to be true. So they just decided that they needed to pull away because they needed to be grounded, is what I'm getting here. They were probably in a fantasy world, drawn to you. This could be why this card also came out, because maybe they felt like you had power over them. You know, you guys had a very sweet connection, but they were not centered or grounded to figure out what is it that they need to fulfill within themselves, so that way they can give you something, right? And not just, you know, sweet words and sweet nothings and not have anything to show for it. Okay, and look at this. We have understanding, which is like the guiding light that's basically coming from spirit. And then we have wait, the timing is not quite right. So I get here that your person felt in their intuition that their higher self was telling them, you know, you don't have quite a huge understanding of your life and where you stand. So don't go on this journey just yet with your person. You know, they felt it in their intuition and their gut. And I get here that for November, they're still trying to understand, you know, what it is that they need to do in order to fulfill themselves, okay? Because you don't want them to come towards you and they still are lost, right? And codependent. That would just be like a nightmare, right? Because right now your person's very low in their energy, low tide. It's like they just are feeling a little bit down. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune here, and it says the word reactions. So I'm getting here that with these two combined, it's like they're being very reactive, very emotional. But they know that they're being pulled to cycle out these karmic contracts, you know, these things that they needed to pay back. You know, I get here your person may have racked up a lot of karmic debt, and so now the wheel is turning for them this month in November, and it's kind of like they're going through a dark night of the soul kind of energy. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull some tarot and see what else needs to come out. Okay, these just came out together. The Nine of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. So you could be an earth sign or a fire sign, but your person's got their eye on you. You see this guy with the binoculars. He's staring right into her, basically. So your person's going through this long journey and they see you very poised, very refined. You know, they're trying to see if you're waiting for them is what I'm getting here. They're trying to check and see what it looks like, right? To kind of test the waters. If you guys are definitely not talking, they're still keeping an eye out for you, okay? Because look at this. They want to give you this beginning. They do want to give you their pentacle to start fresh, but they need to figure out their own journey first, you know what I mean? Before they can offer you something. But they want to give it to you for sure. Okay. Okay, so we saw earlier, I mentioned the third party, and this is it right here. We have 3 people in the mix. So let me see what's at the bottom here. Yeah, Knight of Wands. Okay. Yeah, I get here that your person is still in this Knight of Wands energy, unfortunately, but that's a good thing because these experiences that your person is going through is going to help him figure out what he does and doesn't want. Okay. So it's always going to come back to you. You have the Wheel of Fortune on your side that it's going to turn out for the good, but he's still involved in this third party. What else, Spirit? These just fell out together. Wow. Oh my God. The Knight of Wands and 5 of Swords. And there's 3 people here in this card. So even though he's in a third party, there's a lot of lies and deceit, okay? People are just out for themselves. It's very low vibration energy. That could be why he's so low right now, because this connection is not helping him, you know, be on the path to understanding. And I get here that this is why Spirit's telling you to wait, because until they cycle this situation out, they're not going to be able to move past the 5 of Swords, okay? But you're the Empress, you know, so it's like you're preserved and you are protected because this person's not quite ready for you. Look at this. They're not ready to be balanced just yet. They want to. We have the 10 of Cups here with Justice and the 6 of Pentacles, which is about being balanced, both of these. So I'm getting here that that's what you want. That's really what you're wanting. You're wanting a family life. You're wanting equal give and take. You're wanting somebody to be fair to you. Okay, what else? Wow. Look at this. Queen of Swords, the Tower, and the Hermit. And so you have to cut them off and go on your own journey. You know, the Queen of Swords, you know, it might have been a tower moment for both of you, but it had to happen. Okay. So let me see. Let me get one more. Wow. They just keep flying out. We got the Hierophant. And finally, the Empress again with the 5 of Wands. Okay. So in the bottom of the deck, we have King of Cups. So your person is very guarded with their emotions. They were probably fighting you against committing to you because that's what you deserved, right? You're the Empress. But at the same time, they needed to wake up on their own and get that understanding and stop being egotistical and defensive. Your person's still dealing with conflict, right? Because they're still cycling things out with this karmic. You know, if that's the situation, take it how it resonates. But this is how your person feels towards you. They know that they wounded you, right? Like you're this blue bird here, and they're still longing for you. So they have a lot of compassion, you know, in this situation for you. They know that they were not ready because they didn't know who they were as a person, and they still long for your connection. And I get here that this is why it's a good thing that they're going off on their own in that Knight of Wands energy, because they're going to be able to compare and have a logical perspective of what's good and what isn't, or what's good for them. And they're going to start realizing that they should have been more compassionate with you and more caring. You know, that's just what I'm getting here. And look at this. We have 404. What is meant for you will never be held from you. Have faith that spirit is taking care of everything, and songs are speaking to me. So your person is definitely getting signs. They could be seeing a lot of fours. You know, this is actually a purple color, even though it looks kind of blue on the screen. This is the crown chakra. So they know from their higher self that this connection is meant to be, and they're trying to trust that everything's going to fall in its place. And I get here that this is for you too, you know. Also, when I think of 404, I think of that internet error. But it's not an error, you know. It was meant to happen because it was divine intervention, it was divine guidance. But just have faith that spirit is still taking care of everything behind the scenes. And listen out for music, because that's where you could be getting downloads from spirit. Okay. And then let's see here. We have protection and the initiation. So it says here, the fairies of protection are shielding you with the magical fairy ring of love and light. Practice psychic protection before embarking upon any spiritual work. And it's funny because we saw the protection card earlier right here. Surround yourself with protective energy. Spirit is letting you know that you are protected, and so is your person. Your connection is protected. You just need to make sure that you're asking spirit to protect you before you do anything, you know, like say a prayer or whatever that you feel good about, so that you know whatever you're doing, you're divinely protected. Okay. And it says here, the initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. This is basically you're being initiated to wake up, right? We have the tower. This is like a lightning, which reminds me of the tower. So spirit is letting you know that this is going to allow you to get from point A to point B and get out of this darkness towards, you know, calmer waters and the abundance that's waiting for you. Get out of this old world and step into the new world. You're being initiated. Okay. And so is your person. You know, they're still figuring things out while they're in this cave, right? But they are going to cross that threshold, and they have to do it on their own timing. And we have elephant, which is grounding. It's interesting because I mentioned grounding earlier, and it says here, ground your energies and emotions deep into the earth. Okay. So, you know, I get here that in the past, you and your person were probably in that Nine of Cups energy, you know, very like wishful thinking and like, this is your ideal person. This is who you want to be with. You know, this is great. But you were not able to be grounded and be in touch with the logical side of things, right? So spirit is just advising you for this month of November to be taking the initiative to keep moving forward, be grounded, and protect your energy, because in the past, you or him may not have been protecting your energy. And then we have for the romance angels, it's funny because this one came out and I took it because I remember this card right here. That's talking about he doesn't know if he feels financially stable to provide you with what you need. And it says here, finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. And it says here, let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others. So you and your person are still trying to figure things out with what you want to do for your career. Maybe it is you as well, because usually twins are going through the same things, right? So, you know, spirit is also asking you to let your friends help you. Don't just think that you're alone in this. Allow people to help you, and don't be afraid to ask for help, because when you work together with some people, you can get a lot more done than if you were working by yourself, right? Two heads are better than one, right? That's just what I'm getting here. So I think that's all the cards that I had for you. Let me see what's at the bottom here. At the bottom, we had religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. To me, this is a card of awakening because there could be a lot of factors at play. What your beliefs are is always going to influence your love life, but also it's going to be uprooting the old so that the new can come in on your spiritual path. And so your spiritual path is going to be able to allow you to love unconditionally, and so is your person, and you guys are going to be able to take that into account. But this love has awakened you. I mean, it has propelled you to your spiritual awakening, that's for sure. What else, Spirit? I'll give you like one more message for Sagittarius. Look at this. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. I love this because I get here that either both of you or one of you was not open to love. I'm getting here that it could have been the masculine for the most part. But at the same time, you've learned through this experience that you are ready to love. You know what I mean? Look at this. Free yourself. Free yourself from those old paradigms, those old ways of doing things. It's time to take back control of your life, okay? I love this because that's how you'll be able to feel safe to love, right? Take control of your thoughts, take control of your destiny, because you are the creator of your universe. And so by you, asking spirit to guide you, asking friends to help you, being on this protective energy where you're asking spirit to protect you, you're relying on spirit and your soul tribe to guide you through it. You know what I mean? That's the only way to get through it, is with spirit and other people that spirit put in our life for a reason, okay? And so that way you can be able to feel free to be who you need to be, who you were born to become, your soul purpose, what you came on earth to do, and that you'll feel safe enough to love and not let these things hold you back, okay? So that is your reading, Sagittarius. I hope that was helpful, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.